Hello, happy holidays! Today is officially the start of my 12 days of Nailmas, where I'm going to be doing a new design each day related to a video game. So today we're going to start with Overwatch 2. Technically 2, yeah. So Overwatch has a Winterfest event, and I thought it would be cool to try to recreate the Snowflake. And it's a process. I will say you'll see me do 3 attempts, and the final one is the one I went with as my final product in this video. So as you see, I'm using Madam Glam, which is a really good brand that I've recently discovered, and I really like their polishes, and they have pretty good coverage. I think I did 2 coats of this off-white kind of color in the background, but you're not really gonna see that anyway, because we're using chrome powders. So how you want to do that is add the top coat, because the chrome will stick to top coat only, and then you add the color on top of the top coat. So yeah, I pretty much layered multiple layers of this chrome and kind of iridescent powder because I thought it would just look, like a little bit kind of like an aurora type background. In this first design, in each attempt, I kind of did a little bit different combination of colors. This one was a little bit more on the pink side, and you'll see I added the iridescent, like, clear color on top too, to give it not quite just like full pink, right? And another layer top coat, because every layer you do of this, you gotta do that so it will stick well. And yeah, I think I did a little bit more pink for the final layer. I don't know if I did blue after, but this is gorgeous powder. I love the rainbow finish once I was done with this, which is a little bit more pinky than I had hoped, but you know what? It's fine. We're gonna roll with it. This was the first nail anyway, where I kind of scrapped it, but you're gonna see my process. And then I think I did the iridescent silvery? Yeah, shiny silvery? Yeah, there you go. So I really didn't need to do that many layers. Like the first 2 layers I feel like I didn't really need, but I thought that it would be better to have more layers than not enough, and maybe it would add like a different depth of sheen. But I really like how that color looked with the silvery iridescent on top. And you'll see here, I'm trying to figure out snowflakes. So the Overwatch snowflake is like a hexagon, octagon, something like that. And I thought it would be easier to recreate than it was. So this was a little tricky. But I tried to like match the pattern and try to like do each part separately. But obviously this first attempt is a fail. You'll see where it gets, and it definitely is not what I wanted it to be. But I'm just trying to fill in the different spaces. I kind of went backwards, I feel like. I don't know. I've never done a full-on snowflake even at all on a nail, so I was like, I don't want to do just a generic snowflake. I want to copy it exactly. But it was harder than I thought to copy their snowflake. So the process, it's a whole thing. I think I'm using that Madam Glam off-white color. It's like, I don't remember, it's like Alpine or something. I don't know what the color is called. I'll have to look it up later. I'll leave a link in the description below to all the products that I use in this video. I'm not sponsored by anyone, so this is just me sharing my knowledge and learning as a DIY enthusiast of nails. So yeah, that's what we're doing here. And like, I think the vision is there with the way I was doing it here, but because it was my very first attempt, it did not come through. Especially once I got to this step where I was adding the blue as like an outline accent color, I noticed how bad my lines were and how like uneven it was and not symmetrical. And I feel like snowflakes need to be symmetrical. So it's not great. I think after I add the blue is when I decide I'm gonna start over. But this was a good learning experience. That's what I kind of wanted to do with this, because I knew I wasn't gonna be able to make a bunch of sets for Etsy, like holiday sets for Etsy with the time frame, and I've been moving and there's a lot of things happening in my life right now. But yeah, with the way that this came together, it was not good. Oh yeah, I did actually add the light blue. So I'm going in with my Beatles gel paint, I think. The blues are a Beatles brand, which is, you know, a good affordable brand for nail beginners, and they have really good quality as well from what I can tell. So this is where I really was like, no, this is not it. This is not what it should have been. I think if I maybe redid it in the same idea, I could have made this a little bit better, but it's not good. I'm sorry that you're even having to watch this, but this is kind of like a learn with me. Like, I'm not a pro. I didn't go to school for this. I'm literally just doing this on my own time. And the whole thing with Nailmas was like, I wanted to practice and use this as an excuse to work on technique, and like learning how to make a snowflake is a simple thing, but something that I probably should know how to do. And here's where I start over, with some different color chromes in the background and stuff too. And the way I was doing it this way was closer to the shape. I think it's a hexagon. Yes, a hexagon. So I thought that was gonna work too, and then I could draw in the details after. I don't think this one lasts very long. I think I scrapped this one fairly quickly after failing on the last one. But yeah, this is a whole process for me. Hope you guys enjoy watching. I am working on my setup. I'm gonna have a whole different setup. Obviously, I just moved like yesterday, so everything is kind of all over the place. But this video I recorded right before I moved, so we are good to go. And yeah, look forward to a new video every day this leading up to Christmas. If you want to see different techniques and design styles based on video games. If you have any requests for games that you'd like to see me make something from that is holiday themed, leave a comment, let me know. I do have, I think, 10 of the 12 days already decided on, but I do have a couple spaces for like other ideas that come up or anything else. So that's there. And yeah, that's when I scrapped it. I thought it was a good idea to do the shape, and now I'm like, okay, we're going to our final attempt. We are making it more like a traditional snowflake, and then I went and added accents with the blue at the end. So the way this design, I know, and I'm sorry I'm off camera. I didn't realize as I was recording, but you can still see part of it. I'm gonna work on my setup. I'm gonna have a full-on like nail recording space in addition to my streaming and gaming space and my workspace, all the things. So yeah, look forward to that. This is just the beginning of me trying to do a lot more of this type of content. So hope you guys like it. But this is coming together a lot more detailed, but like it was simple. It was honestly easier to do than what I was trying to do before, because what I was doing before had no structure, no vision. It was just, let me see if I can pull this out of my brain and put it on a nail. And I've realized I'm not that good at that. Planning is good. So yeah, you'll see here we're going on with the dark blue to like kind of square out the edges to make it look more like the Overwatch one, where it's like a little bit more shapely and not just like a generic snowflake, right? And I think it worked. I think it did work. This isn't too difficult, but I think once I got past the initial rough drafts, it turned into something pretty cool. And then I think I did the blue as like a highlight on top of where a lot of the white was. Not all the white, but a lot of the white gets covered with the blue. And I'm sorry if my mic is echoey. My room is like hardwood floors now, so and it's not fully set up, so it's a little bit echoey in general. I apologize. I'll work on that for future videos once I get more stuff organized and soundproofing and stuff figured out. But I really like the colors here. I think this is closer to what, you know, I had envisioned at the beginning. It's not exactly the same shape, but I think it still gives off the vibes of the Overwatch Snowflake. I'll post a little bit of the picture so you can see what the Overwatch logo looks like compared to the final product, which I'm pretty happy with. I don't think it's my best work. I probably wouldn't sell this, but it's taught me a lot. And I look forward to doing another similar one in the future with snowflakes and seeing if I can, just get a little bit better at it. So I think with that all being said, we are at the end of the video. I'm just gonna top coat and show you guys the final result. It's pretty simple, pretty, I guess. I mean, like I said, it's not my favorite, but it's not as bad as the first attempt. So if you like this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow.